Up next is Paul Osterholm. He's going to speak on Brianna's Law. It's a law that allows minors 15 and a half and up to sign up as a donor with their parents' permission when applying for a four-wheeler, snowmobile, or any other off-road vehicle license. So with that, Paul.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon. I am Paul Osterholm. My wife and I live in Pipe, just north of Fond du Lac. You heard so many beautiful words that Dawn expressed to us. Mark, Lynn, thank you so much for this invitation. Because of organ donation, we are here. Because of this book, my life has been blessed beyond measure. Brenda Cortez, wave. She's one of our new dear friends that put together stories of recipients, donors, families, loved ones, lost ones. Every end has a beginning. I was born and raised in Iowa. I'll be going to counseling tonight. That was a tough game. I'm sorry. I get sidetracked, Mark. Mark said I should have a script. I've never had a script in my life. I'm a two-time donor. I donated bone marrow in 2003, and that's because I checked the box when I donated blood. I was notified several years later, went through the process at Freighter. My bone marrow ended up in Barcelona, Spain. To this day, I do not know anything about her age at that time, and the type of cancer. All I do know is she is alive. Fast forward, 2018, I became a kidney donor. And the kidney donor, let there be light, thank you, Lord. He is the light of my life. Then it was through God's whispers that I became a donor. For a young lady I had only met once in the past 17 years of my life. There's a law in Iowa called Logan's Law. He was born and raised in Charles City, 15 years old. He passed away. ATV accident. State of Iowa put into law at 12 years old. You can become a donor when you apply for a hunting, fishing, ATV, snowmobile license. Wisconsin did not have this law. Brianna is a young lady, passed away when she was 15 years old, Oakfield High School. She had an asthma attack. They rushed her to Freighter, and it was a tough decision for the parents. But they donated all her organs. To honor Brianna, Fond du Lac County, we're working in the assembly, we being Representative Jeremy Thiesfeld and Senator Dan Fine, sponsors and co-sponsors, as well as across the aisles, to make Brianna's law a law in the state of Wisconsin will be signed into law next year. It's bringing awareness. It's a tough conversation to have, but since this book came out, the conversations around our supper table, our friends' supper table is, what if? We didn't know. To this day, we have met so many beautiful messengers and messages, and I believe they're all God's angels. I believe it's part of the God's whisper. Brianna's law will honor her, will keep the awareness of organ donation alive and well. Be available. Talk to your family and friends, because you never know. Sign up, sign, and release your forms. Honor those that every end has a new beginning. And there's a lot of end and beginnings in this room. And I'm very blessed and honored to be here. So I thank you. Continue talking about the urgency of organ donations. My recipient is doing well. She's 10 years younger than I. We were matched 4 of 6 antigens. We had no clue. But because I listened to God's whisper and stepped out, this is a new ministry for me. Dawn talked about a mission. It's a mission and it's a ministry. So thank you all for being here. Thank you. Thank you, Mark and Lynn. Helmet on. What's the next journey? This guy, give it up for Mark and Len. I mean, God bless you. Thank you two so much. Thank you so much, and thank you all very much. God bless. Go Badgers.
Thank you, Paul. Does anybody have any questions for Paul? Paul, I will ask you this.
Yes.
What can someone do if we don't live in Fond du Lac County? What can people do to get this Brianna's Law going and get it through?
Oh, it is already, it's just shy of the governor's desk. It has passed both House and Assembly. If you have an Assembly person, if you have a senator, contact them. There is, in 21 days, there was another new law that was passed. They were trying to, a 5-year-old, he's celebrating his 5th birthday, November 2nd, Milex. He's from Kewaskum. He was born with Down syndrome. State of Wisconsin, UW Health, because it was law, we're not going to allow the parents a life-saving heart transplant because he wasn't able to take care of himself. In 21 days, unanimous decision, right across the aisles, 31-0. It passed in the Senate, passed in the House. They're waiting for the governor to sign it, hopefully next week. He will sign it. That will become law. Brianna's Law will be next. It is because of the ministry and the mission, all of you, is contact. My next state is go to Minnesota. Minnesota has the highest percentage of registered donors in the country. They're at 70%. I think Wisconsin, 59%. I kind of read somewhere in there, we're low. Minnesota does not have anything for youth to be able to put this sticker on their hunting license, fishing license, snowmobile, ATV. We're going to be changing that. Minnesota is my next state. I'm working with some family and friends and assembly person in the Senate to get that passed, and hopefully Governor Walz in Minnesota will also have a good heart and sign that bill within another year or so. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Paul, man, I'm glad you're doing good work. You mentioned Iowa and Minnesota while standing up here in central Wisconsin. Takes a lot of guts. Oh, boy. Paul mentioned about Brenda Cortez. Talk a little bit about her and what she's done. She's written several books about organ donation and organ transplants, and she actually has some of them right over there at the corner of the bar today, if you would like to read through them. While a lot of her books are written for children to understand what transplantation is and being a donor, her latest book, as Paul was holding up, is a compilation. And again, as Paul and Brenda have both told me, there are a handful of those people that she has in that book here today. So feel free to go back there at any point, and she will have more information for you on what she can do, get you a copy of the book and all that good stuff. So thank you very much for coming today.